Good morning, guys. Rick Shaw here on the Thursday, the 2nd of December, 2021. I got little Meanie Me. He's eating one of them dyed hot dogs. I hate to have them around, but that's what he got. But I'll tell you what, guys. You know, they just won't stop. This, I'm going to call it the Hominy Crumbs. Okay. Now, this thing hasn't really got out. Countries that completely were blocked down are supposed to have this when nobody could have possibly ever come there and gave it. Nobody's isolated anything like this, any of it. Okay, but now, guess what? Guess what the Hominy Crumbs are doing? Causing blood clots and heart trouble. It's just, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, come on. You look all around. Tropical Tim sent me some thing on the most Jabba the Hudded states are in a bad state, guys. You know, come on. It's time to wake up and smell the coffee. I'm going to do a live here coming up. I'll probably do a dry run. And Tim, if you get a chance, maybe we can go on the Phase Messenger and you can run me through. I haven't even played with it yet. I'm hoping it'll work good. I have to do it through the phone. This thing has a Wi-Fi. I don't know if it's going to work. I'll try it. But this thing doesn't work with if I use a battery and I plug the charger in. While the battery's there, the camera just won't. I can't get it to work. It won't turn on. It'll be on, but it won't record or do anything. So, you know, my batteries, some of them don't last all that long. So probably have to do it with the phone and play around with it. Never done it before. We'll try it again. A lot of folks were getting best times. A lot of folks are saying, "Hey, whatever time, man, we'll be there." So that's pretty cool. I'm hoping we get a lot of folks in there. But whatever you guys do, don't take your eyes off of this Maxwell case. I think though the fix is in, just from the people they got running the show and how they've covered it up. They had a number where you could call to get like transcripts of it, and that was blocked. That got blocked. And you know that the bite hole is going to block as much as he can because they're in it thick as can be. This Hunter guy, he's deep into it. You look at Wiener's laptop, you know, whatever happened with that, but they had a bunch of cops that viewed stuff that was on there where they had Hillary and Abedin chopping the face off a little one. I mean, this is how sick these people are. And guess what? I think it was 9 out of 13 of the people that viewed that in New York, they committed suicide. Oh my goodness. Come on. You know, this is the MO. This is a super evil group. You wouldn't believe how evil. They said a bunch of people that originally watched it, these tough, hardened New York City policemen were puking and crying. That, you know, because you can't believe such evil exists. And guys, it does. It does. Hopefully this will get out. You got to keep pounding anybody you can talk to that this gets out. They're gonna press this as big as they can to block it. That's really important for them because they're all involved. They're all in this up to their necks. So it's got to get out, and they just keep getting more and more names. And this is something. You look at these CEOs that after that started who just quit. Okay, you see pictures of folks with leg things on, you know, trackers. That's coming out. But you know, I've seen that on a bunch of places. So I'm telling you guys, you got to really look into this. This is where it's at. This is the news. All the rest of the stuff is fluff they're trying to put in your face to guide you away from that. That's what this is all about. This is big, guys. This is the biggest story of the millennium right now, and it's got to come out. It started with Trump, I have to say, and it needs to get out. You know, all this stuff, and those laptops from Wiener. You know, that was his insurance. That's what he had the file marked as. Look at it, guys. Look at this stuff real close. I'm getting a whole bunch of folks are finally hooking up on the Telegram. I did put a number on there. You can't call it. It was a SIM card I had, but in order to put the number on, they have to text you a code. And good morning. But that was a card I had that we weren't really using, and it's not even in a phone right now. But it'll get you to me, and this is how people are finding the Telegram. A lot of good information on there. It's unbelievable. Some of the stuff that's coming out on there. So I do try to pick out any false stuff. That's me. I don't want to put everything in there because I can only show you guys so much. But if you get on there with me, I did take some of these videos that I took, and I copied them straight to my phone so they can't take them off me. If you leave them on a thing and just save it, they can take these videos down. So what I did is I have a thing on the phone now. It was with an update where I can record that. So it goes to my phone and they can't take it from me. So that's one of the things I'm doing. So there's a lot of stuff. It's unbelievable. The rabbit hole is so deep, guys. We are in the matrix, but there's folks fighting back. I mean, they showed one. It was some Spanish-speaking folks. I don't know where it was, but they had the police corralled like a herd of Cape Buffalo, and I mean, they were pelting them with everything. Some of these guys were going down, and they weren't throwing rocks. They were throwing big chunks at these people. Somebody threw a Molotov cocktail down by their feet, and people aren't standing for this. You gotta remember, something I think about all the time is how can so few run so many, and a lot of the people in the lower are just going along with it like they did way back. They're getting places now. One of the school districts, if you're unmasked or unjabber, you got to wear a thing on your shirt, just like they did 80 years ago, guys. If you don't think history repeats, then you're dreaming. You're just dreaming, and it's happening again. These people want total control. I hope that they lose like they did last time, but they're not gonna unless people just get up off your butts and say enough is enough. You just have to. I personally think the compliance is the way to go right now, and then talk to everybody you can. There's so many people that are still in this. They're in the programming, and they're not buying it. I had somebody on this channel a little bit ago, got on there and did a big long rant. It was long. I screenshot it, and it was this big long rant about because I didn't get my little ones jabbed that they should be taken off of me. I mean, this is how far. Hey, you got to say a prayer for that guy. Don't know if it was a guy or girl. It was androgynous name, and I had never seen him before, and I just shake my head, and I actually feel sorry for a lot of these folks. They're not awake. They're just not awake, guys, and we got to start with waking some folks up, because this is just unbelievable. So, but we got tomorrow, if everything works out still and doesn't change, it changes fast here. We'll be taking Wes to the airport. He's did a run around on his trip, and I hope it works out for him. Of course, here though, stuff will change by the minute. It's really something. By the way, I had to put my fuzzy muff on today. We got really huge wind here. There's hurricanes heading towards the Yangtze in China. The dam is overflowing, Three Gorges. That's going to be a mess. That'll take out a lot of folks if that thing fails. They've said they've had problems. I did see some stuff where people that were actually working at the dam quit. I don't know if you can quit in China. Maybe they quit them forever. I'm not sure. But it's a mess. Our tarp last night, it got so windy. we got up late because it was hard to sleep with all the wind noise. I was hearing it whistling through the roof, and it was the windiest day we've had yet. But I went to pull the tarp back so that the wind wouldn't tear it up, and while I was pulling it back, it ripped. It's trash now. So, good morning. Where's your beautiful puppy dog?
At home, that's about.
Oh, okay. But we're gonna take it down. There's a place up in not Padre Garcia, but Lipa City that does this kind of stuff. We're gonna see if we can get a better material and have them sew this up, triple stitched, and sew it up so we can get another cover on there. We really like that. I'd like to get a roof on, but that's down the road. But you can see it there now. Even though I pulled it back, it's still, it was falling apart as I was taking it down. You know, but when I was doing it, it was unbelievable, the wind. It was even blowing in the windows, knocking stuff off shelves. We had to button up last night a little bit. I left some windows open, like the bathroom window upstairs, for pressure equalization. But it was unbelievable with all this construction going on. I feel for you, Tim. I know it happened to you, but with all this construction next to us, the house is covered in just a big pile of dust right now. It comes in. We had gusts of wind this morning that was just picking all this sand up and everything, blowing it all over the place. So if you need anything sandblasted, I got really good prices here. Just bring it over to my house. Give me a few pesos and we'll set it on the ground in front of my house. We'll sandblast anything you want. Okay. But yeah, it's really something. But we do got some beautiful sunshine. It feels great out here. I still haven't taken my morning bath yet or anything. We did get up late. This is probably the latest I got up in a while. But last night it was not a good sleep. I'm a very light sleeper, and when there's an odd noise, I pop up. And the light, I sleep with my head by the window, and our motion detector light kept going on, and it was just from debris blowing through the air was kicking it on. So that was waking me up. That wakes me up every time. So I really didn't get good sleep until the wind died down this morning, and then I didn't get up till just a little while ago. Was loving up the beautiful babies, and we just finished our breakfast. My sweetie made some eggs, rice, and these really good fish. I love the dried fish they sell here, guys. They got so many different kinds. I don't like the bones in some of them, but there's some really good fish. Instead of eating bacon, stuff like that, I really like that little bit of salty taste, and it doesn't take much. I call it, some of these little fish they make, I call them Filipino bacon. There's one you make when they cook it all, you can see like the ribs hanging out, and you just eat the whole thing, the entire fish. Good morning. There's a good working man. They're gonna get set up to pour some concrete on this one, I guess. Want wherever he's going. But the fellas over here, I couldn't believe how they made steps with the rock. They brought all the river rock up, and they're really fixing that wall good. They need to. I'd like to keep the kids away from that. There's my nice neighbor there. He's got two places. He comes down here, and hell of a nice fella. But that's pretty much what's going on now. I'd like to see a lot of these Satanists rounded up, and for me, I don't think there's anything but just ending them. They're too far gone. A lot of the things that people in our own government is tree, like the tree, and then NUS. So I got to be careful. Google just put out a new terms of service. I haven't read it yet. Twitter's going to basically be shutting down for a lot of people. You're not going to be allowed to share anybody else's info. Like if you see something good from or pictures of somebody outside doing something wrong, that's going to be taken down. They'll probably shut a lot of conservative people off. That's what they want. They only want their own group in there, and that's the way they're going to tag people. They're going to find out who you are by what you're putting out. So me, I'll be done for, because I try not to make any bones about how I feel any of this crap that's going on. They want to give these kids all this stuff in their body that's it's still experimental, and they don't want to stop, guys. But look at this. Look at how they're doing over there. Now our septic, they're getting it all done. Morning, fellas.
Morning.
Hey. Beautiful morning, huh?
Beautiful morning.
Yes. But it's just keep being pushed. Supreme Court jumped in on some of the stuff. They're also hearing Roe v. Wade. Some good questions are getting answered by the justices. So, hopefully that'll get turned around. That is one of the most evil things on the planet. But the one justice asked the question. He said, okay, you can go down and get one of these things and murder the baby, but can a woman do it by taking something? Can she do it herself? But you gotta think there's double standards and double weird stuff going on, because if you kill a pregnant woman, you get charged for 2 murders. But then when it comes to having a license to murder, then you're okay. It's like these abortion clinics. They're covered because they got a license. They're 007 guys. That's basically they've got the license like 007. So I hope that goes down. That's such evil. It's unbelievable. And they con these women and think it's okay. And they all screamed, "My body, my choice." But they're not screaming that now. Yeah, you can go ahead. They're not screaming that now when it comes to the Jabba the Hutt. Come on, guys. You can't have it both ways. You just can't do it. But this stuff is just all seeming to go too far, especially in this country where they're going. I'm seeing that a lot of the China Jabba that was given here is not going to be recognized by other countries. I'm sure they're going to do another major lockdown here. It's just, it's in the wind, and we got plenty of wind right now. So, be ready for it, guys that are here, guys that want to come. They're not going to let you. And guys that are here, you're going to have to jump through so many hoops to get out. And the only way you're going to get out is if you take the Jabba. This is not freedom, guys, and it's not just here. It's everywhere. I mean, this is worldwide, and it's got me. It's the thing that really got me.
Go one street.
Yeah, one street. The thing that really got me is how can we allow so few to lord over us so heavily? Guys, I'm just not seeing it. I'm not getting it. Now, there are a lot of people standing up. News media doesn't want to put it out. I see a lot of stuff on Telegram, people just with their phones. I always look at the signs that the people are carrying because I'm worried. I would love to see these people who are taking these photos of all these rallies and all this stuff against this thing to have a daily newspaper from their area that they show on the camera first of that day, so that we know, because there's false info coming out. I sift through so much stuff and I don't buy a lot of it. There's so much of it that's just blatantly fake. You got to look at it, especially when they start showing you these big movements of people, and then you look into the picture and you find out the dang thing's from 10 years ago. So you got to watch. I like to always look at the signs. And anybody out there who's listening, who's taking pictures of all this down in Australia, tell it to all your friends. Start taking a picture of a daily newspaper or something that has a date on it. Not a fake date that somebody can put on something, but something that's real. We got to go the other way. They're pretty loud over there. But that's just something. We're the news now, guys. We are the news now. The mainstream media has failed us. They're on the other side. I just seen this Cuomo punk. He's out. They're going to throw these people under the bus. There's no good morning. They're going to throw them under the bus, guys. And it doesn't matter how high they go. I truly think the bite hole is not long for this world. I'm betting that you haven't seen Camel Toe for a while, the laughing hyena, and I think she's going to go down. So they're going to put probably Hillary in as VP, and she'll pick somebody. and they'll take over the show. That's what she's wanted. She wants ultimate power, and if that happens, and it could, I'm not saying it is, but it could happen. If that happens, you think it's bad now. Right now, you've got this feeble dude in there, and who's handling him? I think it's Obama. You know, he even stated, I had where he came right out and said his best thing to do would be to be able to sit back in his jogging shorts at home and run the show, you know, with somebody, a puppet in there for him. And I think that's what's happened. Morning. And I think that's exactly what happened. So, you know, look to this stuff, guys. Start looking at this. Start talking to everybody you can. You know, especially these people that are taping all this stuff, so that we can see what's real and not. And it's just how we got to do it. But I'll tell you what, guys, all stick together. Pray to your good Lord and Savior, because we can't really fight this. We can do some, you know, but it's like the man said, if you jump off on the cliff and say, "Good Lord, save me," you're probably going to smash down on the bottom and die. But we have to get up and do some. We can't just sit here and put it all there. You have to at least talk to people and get everything taken care of. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And you want to do the honors, Mansoor? There you go. There's my little studying girl. She's out here fighting the wind on her pages, trying to do her homework. But in the house, when they run the hammer drill or anything like that, it just reverberates in there. Really terrible. It's been a noisy thing. So I'm going to let you go. And this is Rickshaw out.